Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Cheetahs versus Lions is the final clash of the ninth round of the 2021 Currie Cup. It'll take place in Bloemfontein at the Toyota Stadium. The Lions travel there, and it's pretty much a do-or-die clash for both teams. The Cheetahs having gone down against the Western Province this last weekend by a single point, whilst the Lions beat the Griquas with a bonus point, but allowed the Griquas two losing bonus points, and as a result, didn't manage to catch up as much as they would like to. So it's a massive opportunity for the Lions to surge into the top four. And for the Cheetahs, if they want to make sure that they are in the top four conversation, they need to make sure they get a result as well. Because whilst they've got a game in hand, if they sort of slip too far behind, it leaves too much to do for them to catch up at a later stage. So it should be a fantastic clash. And I think it's both sides who have played some really good rugby, had some very good moments, but also had some terrible moments, and both sides who have got some very leaky defenses, but have no issue scoring points. So expect quite a high-scoring game tomorrow, because we've seen the Cheetahs versus Western Province. Lots. I mean, we had 80 points in it basically. The Lions versus Griquas, we almost had 90 points. So it shows you that both sides can score lots of tries and can play some very nice, enterprising rugby when they want to be. But at the same time, they've got very leaky defenses and defensive systems that can be exploited by the opposition quite easily. Before we look at the two sides, which I think are quite interesting, please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll start with the home side, which is the Cheetahs, and not too many changes in the lineup itself. The one is which is really good to see is Andisa Nsile back on the bench. But if we're looking at the front row, Cameron Dawson comes in for Aluluto Shakweni. Key partners Marnus van der Merwe and Uranus Kutsia. Renier Bernardo and John Drosty will continue their lock combination, the 4 and 5 jumpers there. But there is positional change for Junior Pokamela. No Jean-Andre Rudolph tomorrow, which I think is a huge, huge loss for the Cheetahs, because I think he's probably one of their best players in terms of the way he reads the game. Very important on defense, very important in terms of his turnovers. He's a very good ball carrier. He's a very good all-round player, Jean-Andre Rudolph, and I think he's become quite an important cog in the Cheetahs sort of forward system. But that does mean that Jacques Porkita is back on, so he brings quite a lot of physicality and some big bulk to that loose trio. And then Aiden Davis, who sort of impresses me more week in, week out, is in the number 8. Ruan Pienaar will continue to captain the side, the sort of the evergreen scrum half who is playing just fantastic rugby. You can just see how settled he is in himself, and he's got very little pressure on himself. He's just sort of playing his natural game. And he's a very, very impressive performer. Reynard Fortain gets another opportunity in the number 10 jersey. There are changes on the wings as Malcolm Yar and Craig Barry come into the side. Sia Masuko and David Brits, however, will continue their centre partnership. Clayton Bromwich will continue to always be a threat on the attack, and especially on the counter-attack in the number 15 jumper. On the bench, Louis van der Westhuizen, Aluluto Sakweni, Henkes van Beek, then Victor Sekekete, but Andisa Nsile coming on is a big move. And they've also opted to go with a 6-2 split, and Clary Mossi in the number 21 jersey, and then you've got Tian May and Chris Smith. So, 6-2 splits often have a big impact. It's just how they're designed to do. So I think this Cheetah side are targeting a Lions pack, which is under quite a lot of pressure, especially with some big names not being involved, like Yanni du Plessis, Vincent Tutuka not being involved. I think they're looking at that Lions pack and thinking that that's where we can try and sort of make some inroads. And give us an opportunity to then run at that backline. If we're looking at the Lions side, also a couple of changes, not too many. It's a fairly consistent side from last weekend. Steve Satole, Jakob Asaki, but Ruan Drea will come into the tight head position, and Carly Sari will drop to the bench. The lock combination, which I think is sort of fostering quite well, I'd still like to add another lock to it, is Ruan Skuman and Rad Northnakel. FP Pulsar played a couple of games in a row, the new sign, but they've gone back to the lock combination, which has been playing most of the year. Sibasiso Sangweni starts the number 6 jumper. Ruan Strali gets another opportunity in the number 7 in the absence of Vincent Tutuka, who's out for quite a while. Probably only see him come United Rugby Championship time, and even there I think it could be a bit of a race to fitness for him. Frankie Horn will continue to captain the side. Very, very good players. Frankie Horn really sort of going under the radar, not maybe as explosive as visible as the other 8th man in the country at the moment, the likes of Evan Roos, Pepsi Buthelezi, even Albert Lowe. But I mean, you're looking at the 8th man stocks, and they really are quite high. Number 10, 9 and 10 will be Andre Warner and Jordan Hendricks. So once again, Jordan Hendricks is a fantastic young player, so talented, plays with a lot of flair. We saw some really nice moments of him last weekend. Got a really, really good boot on him. And I think he'll be quite important tomorrow. The two wings are Arabs Makwana and Stian Pienaar. The centre pairing will be Burger Urendal and Wandisilo Similani, the Lions' best centre pairing by a mile, although a very exciting centre coming off the bench. And then Duncan Matthews, who I thought was fantastic at fullback last weekend, a position that the Lions have really struggled with. We saw Wandisile Similane having to sort of fill in that position twice, in fact, against the Bulls. I thought he was very good. But number 13 is his best position, and that's where he needs to play if he wants to make it back into that box squad. And then off the bench, PJ Boita, Nathan Mabeth, Carlu Sadu. That's the front row that started against the British and Irish Lions. Then you've got Emmanuel Tuku, who's back from injury, brother of Vincent. And then the big name of Jaco Kriel is finally set to make his return. He had issues with injury. He then had issues with COVID and COVID protocols, which has kept him out for a while. But he will come back. And Ross Cronje and Fred Zalinger are joined by the youngster, SA Under 20 player, he's under 20 star, if you're going to be honest, Henko van Wyk, who scored a couple of tries against the Bulls in the under 20 game last weekend. Very, very exciting players. Henko van Wyk was probably, arguably, the best under 20 player during their sort of try series against Argentina, Georgia, and Uruguay. So very, very excited to see what he does off the bench. Another youngster from the Lions sort of coming through the system. In terms of the game, as a Lions fan, I have to back the Lions. And I think if the Lions can sort of put together the passenger play they did last week in the sort of the first 25, 30 minutes, they can sort of get themselves further enough ahead from the Cheetahs to then try and defend. But the Cheetahs are a side that won't die wondering. So I think it will be quite a high-scoring game. I think it will ebb and flow. I don't think it'll be a case of one team surging ahead and staying ahead and never sort of being threatened. I think both sides will have moments in the game tomorrow to either win or lose the game. And I think it should be quite a close clash, and I'm hoping a really, really good clash. So let me know what you think is going to happen down the game. Give me your score prediction. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll be live for this game, so you can come hang out with me on a Wednesday for some Wednesday night rugby. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.